Day, Ruskin Joyous. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for a proper review. Now, last week we discussed the very first Rust store for 2026, that being January 1st, 2026. And that, of course, means today we're here to talk about January 8th. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. January 8th, 2026, an interesting batch of skins. Oh, yes, indeed. An anime-themed garage door. A very interesting collection continuation, that is that semi-automatic rifle. Oh my. Is that the return of Reptile Hunter? Clothing and armor? Well, okay. I really wasn't expecting that. Like, I saw this and I was like, well, really? Really? Green clothing? Okay, sorry. We'll be talking about that in a bit, don't you worry. Another space-themed skin accepted, a sheet metal door. Doesn't have transparency, but it glows ever so nicely. A glow-in-the-dark rug, a hammer, okay. Alright, I'm fine with this. This is a pretty interesting batch of skins. Yes, you probably would have noticed another bed, and of course, another armoured door. But honestly, this was like really, really, really impressive. Like, to be honest with you, with the previous week, it was fine. It wasn't like insane. But considering some of the skins we're seeing here, I mean, oh well. This is pretty impressive. So let's just point out, in regards to anime-themed garage doors of the past, they have usually sold a lot, and they have usually worked out ever so nicely. Like, instantly, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, that's probably going to sell a lot, and that's going to probably just go instantly up in price. It's the second garage door of the year, yes, 2 in a row already. Initially, I was thinking, you know what? I am a little bit concerned. How many more garage doors are we going to see this year? Yeah, I was thinking that. I was a bit unsure also based on the fact that whilst it's post-Christmas, and whilst a lot of people are playing Rust at the moment at this specific time, second week into January time, I'm still like aware that as we start going through March and April time, we're going to experience the Easter dip. So prices are expected to drop off around March and April, because usually around that period of time, there's less people playing. It's unfortunate, but it's a routine thing that happens pretty much every single year. So, okay, I am a bit hesitant, but even initially, that was selling a lot, okay? So we'll get to that a little bit later. Hell Corsair, I have to bring this up. Like, okay, cool, you're nice. But then I found out, hang on a minute, they accepted that one. Say hello to the first marketable SAR skin since the Heatseeker SAR that has that amount of transparency. Well then, okay. That's pretty impressive. That's making itself look a whole lot more valuable. And with the arrival of this, with so much interest in this, the AK-47 from the previous week, even though it sold at like $3.49, oh, it started going up in price. Oh, yes, it did. So instantly everybody's all over that and questioning, could we see like a collection being built up? Something to rival Heatseeker collection? Ooh. Reptile Hunter tactical gloves. Like, I was expecting a lot of tactical gloves, but I thought we'd see like Ultramarine collection. No, Reptile Hunter. You know, one of the largest, or rather, the best performing skins we've ever seen with the largest profits, I guess you could say, is what I meant to get around to say. Why did I say largest? I don't know. Anyway, this has proven to be one of the most successful skins out of all skin sets. It is camouflage. Great for the jungle. It's alright in like shaded parts of the grassy, foresty areas and whatnot. Forest Raiders will always be king for green camouflage, but this is still good and it's still sought after. And back then, whilst prices are pushing upwards ever so nicely, I'm incredibly surprised to see these here. And then I start questioning, well, you know what? How likely is it that we're actually going to see another pair of green tactical gloves actually being accepted? Like, are we actually going to see Forest Raiders tactical gloves being made? And will they ever be accepted? But the point still remains, this is an in-demand collection, and by default, it's going to work out nicely because the collection itself is going to work out nicely. It already is. So, okay. We did, at the specific time, recently see the Reptile Hunter large backpack come out. Didn't sell too much. Instantly went up in price ever so nicely. So, yeah, things are lining up quite nicely with that. And sheet metal double doors, well, throughout all of 2025, we actually saw a decent amount of them. Not as much in comparison to 2024. But at the specific time, all of them were up in the positive. All of them. And even pretty much every single one here. Even these 2 Halloween ones that have always been a bit odd, mainly due to the fact that it's not Halloween and ever or whatever. Even these were doing better, a lot better. So yeah, no, honestly, felt like a great time. So as I was alluding to, there's a lot more to chase after in this week's store compared to the previous week. There's a lot more things that look to be a whole lot more reliable as nice investments. So speaking of course, every single week of every single rush store, I'm always questioning what potentially could be the best investment for the week. Well, Reptile Hunter Tactical Gloves. I was all over that. I was just bringing up every nice possible thing. Priced at $2.49. Wasn't even the top selling skin initially. Like, let's just go over to here. So, yep. We're currently looking at what? The first, 18 hours in, 5th best selling skin. But I would always respect something like being very in demand. A lot of people like to wait until the last second. Abnormal barders first, and then, well, yeah, after that, then we start doing the purchases and whatnot. We see the initial interest. If the barders are good, yeah, then we jump in and then we buy some. So yeah, cool. So yeah, it was looking very, very interesting. Will we ever see any green tactical gloves eventually? Wouldn't surprise me, but by then this will most likely already have risen up in price and already cemented itself as being an in-demand skin. So cool, all good. What about everything else? Well, with all due respect, I did have to talk about the Hazma Garage Door. It's an anime style skin, but as I'm doing my predictions here, not even a full 24 hours. It's already sitting here at 17,500 subscribers. That's a lot. That's a lot for less than 24 hours. And I was getting a little bit unsure, purely based on the fact that, well, are you going to sell excessively? Are we going to see tons of garage doors being accepted in 2026? What if we actually see another anime style skin being accepted for Valentine's or Lunar New Year? I was fully expecting would see a lot of them being made, but would they actually be accepted? So, okay, there could be potential issues, but you know what? You could also turn into a collection. So, okay, there's some good possibilities there, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Right, so you were cool, and of course, Hell Corsair. With that also getting accepted, I started to question, we know what then? Are we suddenly just going to keep seeing every single SAR skin that comes out now, or rather is submitted, every single SAR skin having pretty much a full transparent site, like Heatseeker? With all due respect, I understand, again, if one skin creator can get away with it, all the other skin creators are going to try as well. But yeah, so not too many options in regards to what we have for transparent SARs, SARs with that amount of transparency. I'm just worried it might become a lot more common. So, okay. You're also looking very good. Questions of will we see another collection continuation being made? Obviously happening very quickly. So, yeah, cool. I actually spoke of the volcanic rug as well. One thing I didn't touch up upon initially when I first talked about the store, when it comes to rug skins, or rather accepted rug skins, we don't actually have that many affordable glow-in-the-dark ones. So in the past, we have seen like Twitch drops, and well, I mean from here and now, kick drops, but a perfectly fine glow-in-the-dark design that you could just treat as a pattern on your wall and whatnot. Like, I remember back for Halloween 2023, we had the From Hell rug. You just put it on your wall. It actually makes like a pretty cool, creepy-looking pattern. And, all right, yeah. Volcano. The floor is lava. The floor is lava. Yeah, we could do that now and all that. So, it was looking pretty interesting. Priced at $2.49. I wasn't sure if we're going to see that many rug skins being accepted in 2026. So, okay. That was looking pretty sweet. That was looking pretty cool. I thought it was probably worth keeping an eye on. And then I would have spoken about the sheet metal double door. But I thought, cool, lovely, awesome looking glow-in-the-dark design. The possibility of seeing even more space themed skins was a possibility. So yeah, only one for this week, but it was a nice one. I thought just by default it'd be okay. So yeah, cool. Everything else was looking pretty sweet, but I just mainly wanted to talk about the things that are looking very interesting. So okay, cool. How was the first 24 hours of sales then? So, Hazma Garage Door has literally just over 20,000 subscribers. A lot. Yes, a lot. That is a lot. So basically, I was definitely questioning it. But with the predictions video, I could tell that is quite an excessive amount. However, if the demand is there, the price will still hold up and still work out very nicely. It's a bit of a coin flip, but obviously we'll talk about it in a second. I was still questioning, would Hasma Garage Door still be okay in the future? So, all right, cool. But Hell Corsair, only 9,300 subscribers. There was a bit of a question of, will the Hell Corsair actually match up with the sales that we saw of the Heatseeker SAR? Initially, Heatseeker, not too many people were fully all aware, had a very transparent aim sight, so it sold not that much initially, but towards the end of its 7-day tenure in the Rust Store, it picked up. It picked up a lot. So that ended up reaching about almost 40,000 subscribers. Hell Corsair doesn't look like it's going to match up to that. So, all right, well, maybe all the better for that. Ooh. Sheep Medidabador, yeah, just a little bit behind as well. So, sales not too excessive other than the Hasma Garage Door. So how about we now go ahead and discuss what prices we decided upon when we did the abnormal barders. So, the night before, let's just try and make this a little bit bigger. There you go. The night before, Hasma has 46,000 subscribers. So, okay. That's quite a lot. Yep, that is a lot. So I'm looking at that. I'm questioning it a lot. Again, priced at $2.49. I looked at the Hasma and I said, you know what, I think that's just far too much. We were questioning, were we actually going to see a collection continuation? The skin creators that made this, they're like brand new. The only thing they've ever really made was doors and doors and doors and doors. So we just kind of thought, okay, maybe that's just going to be all by itself. But it was a perfectly nice, like, awesome looking design. Give it time, surely it'll pick up. Perhaps as we go through March and April, it will still dip down in price for a bit. Smart Barter could work out very nicely then, so fair enough. I said $1 to $1.50. The Hell Corsair, well, I thought about it, priced at $3. A lot more approachable and affordable in comparison to the Heatseeker SAR. I should also point out we were seeing collection continuations being made. Fingers crossed we actually see it being accepted, perhaps in a Rust Store anytime soon. And, well, I said $1.80 to $2.30. Space-based sheet Medidabador, priced at $2.49. I thought, you know what? I expect to see some more space theme skins being accepted because I was keeping an eye out on the workshop. I was seeing them all being submitted. So I thought, okay, you know what? $1.50 to $2. When times are bad, I didn't really expect it to crash and burn. And when times are good, I expected that to do very nicely. So, okay. Volcanic Rug, priced at $2.49. Glow-in-the-dark rugs of the past have performed very nicely. So I'm looking at that. 16,000 plus subscribers. I thought, you know what? I'll probably go ahead and do $1.50 to $2. I thought, yeah, it couldn't hurt. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. So, okay, cool. Understood. Reptile Hunter Tactical Gloves. Priced at $2.49. It was the first thing that was, like, making me very, very curious. The first thing I discussed in my predictions video, I priced that at $1.80 to $2.30. I was going in strong. I looked at it and I thought, surely you're just going to be instantly okay. Surely everything should just be A-okay, all right. So, yeah, went in strong. I don't expect to see any green tactical gloves to be accepted anytime soon. That was my thoughts back then. Then, of course, we had the natural ruby hammer. So, hammer skins, quite a rare sight to see, although somewhat recently we did just see a few, for Halloween and all that. So, okay. Surprisingly, around this point in time, literally the year before, we saw the Harbour Seal hammer. And as time went on, that actually did quite all right. So I thought, okay, looking at that, I'll just probably put down a decent barter, pick them up if I can, and then flip them again in further future. So priced at $2, I said $1 to $1.50. Serpent Weave Combat Knife. The first combat knife skin to be accepted, well, with it being the focused item of the month. Oh, no, that wasn't abnormal, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Blocky Silo. Blocky Silo Armored Door. Sitting here at 9,800 subscribers, part of the Blocky collection, which at the time wasn't very in demand. I said 80 cents to $1.20. Wild Hunt Small Box, a collection continuation, an immediate collection continuation from the previous week's bed. That really didn't sell that much, just into 8,000 subscribers. I looked at it, I questioned it, priced at $2. I said, I'll do 80 cents to $1.20. I was really hoping to see that bearskin rug being accepted. Then we also happen to have a locker, which you can't see right now. Maybe if I just skip ahead, scroll down, Hedge, scroll down, Hedge. He's not scrolling down. There he is. Perfect. Right. With that Oasis locker, 6,500 subscribers. I thought, you know what? Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more lockers. After the previous year, I wasn't feeling very confident with them. I thought we'll probably see a lot more of these this year as well. I thought I'd just do $1 to $1.50. The Oasis collection itself, unfortunately, wasn't very in demand, so wasn't feeling the most confident. No. Then we have the Temple bed. Another bed immediately after having another one the previous week. But this didn't sell that much. It only has around 4,900 subscribers. The day before we had the Rust rotation. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, wow, okay, so you're clearly the lowest selling bed we've ever seen. Not sure if we'll see anything else that comes out that could beat that. I suggested, with that priced at $2.49, $1 to $1.50. I wasn't really sure if everything would be okay with that. Again, we're expecting to see more and more and more and more beds. So I thought, okay, I'll just try and play it reasonably safe. I don't expect to see tons of listings of these in the Steam market, but I still don't want to get dumped on. So, okay, fair enough. And then the regular skins, Serpent Weave Combat Knife. I'm expecting a lot more Combat Knife skins to be accepted throughout January 2026. So I just said 60 cents to 80 cents for that. 13,000 subscribers. Nice to see, but there will be more. Senor Tomato AK-47. I made a bit of a joke about that. When I did my Rustore rotation and showcase and whatnot, I paired it up with full forest raiders and roamed around in the grassy areas and whatnot. Oh, it's great camouflage, right? No, it's red and it makes you stand out a lot. Then we had the Flame Anarchy pump shotgun. I just didn't really trust it. Pump shotguns that have come out somewhat recently just aren't doing as good as they used to. So I said 60 cents to 80 cents. So that's pretty much everything then. Well, how did everything turn out? What were the outcomes? Before I, talk about the outcomes, I should bring up, I am keeping track of everything I've been buying so far this year. And as you might notice, I bought 200 Reptile Hunter tactical gloves, 100 Hell Corsairs, 50 space-based sheet metal double doors, and 30 volcanic rugs. Now, some of you might be sitting there and saying, Hedge, you didn't buy any Hasma garage doors? No, I questioned it a lot. I didn't feel very confident. Now, another thing, if I can recall, I believe this Rustore right here, the very next Rustore, well, unfortunately, it was late. I'm remembering this now. So if you noticed, hang on a minute, there's quite a lot more sales in comparison to what we just saw with the previous night with abnormals. Yes, because the Rustore didn't rotate at a normal time. That's exactly what happened. And yeah. Hasma over 51,000 subscribers. Okay. You also might notice, hang on a minute, it's A-OK. It's in the positive. Yep, yes it is. For now. Let me just quickly explain. So back then, as I had said, I was expecting for Valentine's we'd see a lot of like girly anime style skins. We did see that happen with garage doors. None of them were accepted. Instead, we got the Alistair one with the angel wings and all that. It got close. They were there, but Face Punch just probably thought, no more anime for a while. No more anime. Maybe until Halloween. We'll see. Okay, so anyway. It was doing pretty good, like, pretty quickly. 118 listings have happened in the past 24 hours. It still sells a lot. It's still appreciated, but the quantities are starting to build up. Now, right now, it's the first week of March, and we're starting to notice prices are dropping off. It's normal. It's routine. We've seen it happen many times in the past. Things will recover as we go through the summertime. So, yeah, starting to drop off. It peaked initially around the end of January time. Rose back up again during like the second week of February. Naval update must have been very interesting. But after this, from about $4 all the way down to, well, 3.5. Oh no. It very likely could drop off further, go all the way down to about $3. That would still be in the positive though, wouldn't it? Yes. So that actually worked out okay. I can confirm as well, there was a Sheep Matador collection continuation made. Submitted it, put it on TikTok, 80,000 views. Still no acceptance. I mean, you never know, maybe it could appear in March. February was stacked. We had like Naval Update skins, Valentine skins, Lunar New Year, Rustors for 2 weeks. So I guess you could still see the Sheep Matador. Maybe the skin creator will consider making some more. We'll see. So, okay, cool. We'll see how it is. So that right there, holding up ever so nicely. Maybe I should have jumped in. Maybe I should have grabbed some things. But with the purchases I made, I'm not that upset. Just to remind all of you, it's post-Christmas. I'm selling lots of things. I could easily just sell, then buy things in the Rust store, then continue selling again. And that's basically what I did. So you, hey, with all due respect, yeah, I should have probably grabbed at least a few. I bought volcanic rugs. So, alright, did you buy any of these? Are you happy with how it is at the moment? Feel free to comment below. So, that's cool. But you know what's also cool? This right here. It is comfortably up in the positive, although, yeah. So, we did see collection continuations. It did, well, all of these at one point were in the positive, but it's that February. The February with all the set determined rustors, we couldn't see a collection continuation until March. So, yeah. But as you'll see on the Steam market, it's held up ever so nicely. Originally priced at $3, well, now it's listed at $4. Barders are comfortably going over $3. It's looking good. But what's going to happen as we go through March and April? What's going to happen, considering, and well, I can't really show it to you right now, the majority of SAR skins being submitted to the workshop now have a transparent aim sight. Exactly like that. Well, if Face Punch only accepts one like every 6 months or so, that wouldn't be too bad. But I'm pretty sure we'll see Twitch drops and kick drops in the future. But this has a collection being built up around it as well. I am aware of a Thompson, I am aware of a hunting bow, and there could be a lot more after that. Hey, it could get better. We just need to see if it actually happens. So, yeah. Total sales, 25,000 plus subscribers. Still quite a lot less in comparison to Heatseeker. But if another one appears like this and only does about 20, and another one 15, and another one 10, oh dear, yeah, oh, that might get a bit problematic. So, did you buy any of these as well? Feel free to comment below. I'm happy to see where it's at, but I can't help but assume it'll do a lot better around the summertime. And then after that, post-Christmas. Oh yeah, all over again. So, yeah, looking good. Happy, very nice. Reptile Hunter Tactical Gloves. So this has had a bit of a funny time. Just to point out, it says it has less than 18,000 subscribers, but it's estimated that it has over 20. Yeah, that shouldn't be too surprising. But pretty quickly, people started listing theirs, like, quite a lot. As you'll notice, 44, 16, 49, 24, oh god, it's not looking the best. So, is it doomed? No, not really. That's fine. I'm sure it'll be like this for a while, but then, you know, summertime, it'll probably push up to $4. Post-Christmas 2027, it'll probably push up to $5. That's my current expectation. I bought a lot of these. I'm not panicking. I'll live with that. So if you're in the same position and you don't really have like that much, you should have expected this. I definitely put the warnings out there. I definitely warned that, yeah, it's going to be a few problems here and there initially. But as time goes on, I'm sure it'll progress very nicely. I said that on the night we did the abnormals. I'm pointing it out to you again. Technically, it is profitable right now. Could it dip below its Rust price? Well, looking at the buy orders here, it looks like it could slightly. But, well, doesn't look like it'll crash and burn. Looks like it'll definitely be held up as we go through March and April. And hopefully around maybe July, August time. Hopefully we rise up ever so nicely. These people here, though, need to stop doing this, though. Other people exist and they will ruin things for you, I'm sorry to say. It happens a lot more than you think. But it is in demand and it's still holding up very nicely. So, okay, cool. I mean, I'm fine with that. I know how this was likely going to play out. Expected things like this. I'll live with that. Space Sheep Matador. Well then. I just thought it'd be okay. I thought we'd see a lot more of these being produced and accepted. Potential collection continuations, space theme skins, and we did see more space theme skins. As we progressed through January time, this did actually do quite nicely initially. Now it's just sitting there at $3. Not necessarily doomed, not necessarily hugely profitable. It's profitable, but not very. It's fine. I have no issue. It's looking pretty easy. Yeah, it's just looking thin. Yeah, you might go down to about $2.50 when times are bad. I would be surprised if you push all the way back up to like $4 when it's the summertime. I'm fully expecting it. So let's just quickly also point this out. Yeah, we're starting to notice a bit of a trend with it going down now. But yeah, it was perking up quite nicely for a while. It was looking pretty good. So yeah, no complaints. We have seen some more sheet metal double doors. So here's the funny thing. Oh, look at that. Literally the very next week. Junkernaut sheet metal double door. Glows in the dark and it has transparency. Well, that'll be a fun profit review next week. And then we also had the Twitch drop with glow in the dark and transparency, although the transparency in that isn't that good. Anyway, yeah, others appeared. Currently, right now, we're only like two months into the year. 2 complete months. We've already got 3. In theory, by the end of this year, does that mean we'll have 18 in total? We'll see how it goes, all right? But it's not doomed. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up in the exact same position next year's post-Christmas, where every single sheet metal double door that came out in 2026 will be in the positive. Pending we don't have a ridiculous amount of these being accepted. So, cool, right, understood. So, in regards to these top 4 skins, my price predictions, I guess you could just sit there and say, well, they're all in the positive hedge. Surely you haven't picked up any. I've picked up like 1 tactical gloves. That's basically it. I have to wait until March and April time to hopefully see the prices drop and then hopefully pick these up for a cheaper price. So, yeah, if you're going to bring up Hedge, what about the prices? What about the prices? Well, I haven't managed to actually successfully get one. But I can confirm to you, I have managed to pick up a few of these. Volcanic rug. So the idea was, yeah, you could just cover your base in it. It's a perfectly fine looking material that you could just like put it on your walls, your ceiling. It's fine. It's not like a rug that's got like a specific intended design. It's supposed to be like a material that you just put on your walls and ta-da, everything's lava. What? But yes, glow in the dark rugs of the past. We actually don't have that many of them. So yeah, Twitch drops, cool designs. That's doing good. Scroll, 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 scroll. That's doing good. That's doing good. Oh, that's it. But again, like Twitch drop, scroll, 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 scroll. Twitch drop, Twitch drop. Yeah, point made. Now, if we keep seeing Twitch drops with glow in the dark designs being, added, okay, that could be a problem because there'll be less demand for the skins. But right now, it's not doing too bad. It's only slightly down in price, only down by 9%. And I only bought 20 of them because I just thought, well, I could take a pop at it. We'll see what happens next. And, well, yeah, it's fine. It's looking pretty thin. You've got a 16 there, but other than that, it's thin. Barders are fine. Looks okay to me. I don't imagine that'll crash and burn. But no, it's fine. I have no issue. Could it get cheaper? I'm not too surprised. It's kind of expected, but I'm curious. Will we see more skins like this, where it's not like a picture frame or anything? It's material, and if you put like another one next to it, it just blends in nicely. That would be nice to see more of. So we'll see what becomes of that. But as of now, the Barter suggestion seems to be okay, but it could potentially get cheaper. Natural ruby hammer. Learning from the previous year, I thought, okay, I could just probably put down a $1 and $1.50 barter, and I very likely will be getting a bunch of these. So far, I haven't succeeded. Let's go through March and April first. Then I think I'll probably grab some. Serpent Weave combat knife. Well. How many combat knife skins did we end up seeing? Let's just find out. We saw quite a lot. The very next rush door, 2 were accepted. And then another one. And then 2 more. Oh dear. Well, that's to be expected with the focused items of the month. So, yeah. Drop down in price. Are we surprised? Nope. Anticipated this. We've learned from the past. Boom. So, I said 60 cents, 20 cents for that, right? Yep. So, yeah. I haven't picked up any myself, but, yeah, I mean, it could get cheaper. So, that's just basically routine. Senor Tomato AK-47. I didn't really trust it. I know Senor Tomato skins tend to kind of like bounce up when we get new skins accepted and whatnot, but I still expected it to just drop off. It took a while, but now it's slightly above $1. As time goes on, with more AK-47 skins being accepted, I believe that'll slowly end up going below $1. Sorry to say. When times are good again, oh, well, there you go. We might be seeing a lot more weapon skins being produced and accepted, though. So, okay, we'll see what happens next. We did see a SAR after this, but even that's gone down in price as well. So, yeah, it's just basically matching up to expectation. Blocky Silo Armored Door. The Blocky collection, not very in demand. When this appeared, it did recover a bit. Like a week later, went back down again. I was starting to get worried about how many armored doors we actually going to see being accepted in 2026. Like, all of a sudden, oh look, acceptance after acceptance. Because don't forget, like, around December time, we're suddenly getting lots of them. So, well, yeah, you've basically gone down to about halfway point. That was what we expected. I did say 80 cents to $1.20. So if you've been picking them up right now, yeah, you better be happy that you got them and hope that you can actually flip them. So I should point this out, or at least ask you, did you happen to pick up any of these? Are you satisfied? Are you worried? Because, of course, another one happened to appear just after this, didn't it? But, yeah, it's basically matching up to expectation now. Now, we just sit and wait and see what happens next. Will it rise back up? Could we see more blocky skins being produced? Wild Hunt Small Box. Never got the other collection continuations, did we? No. So Icona, they tried. They certainly did. We saw a large box. We saw the bearskin rug. We even had a garage door. None of them were accepted. I mean, they could always go back to it. Resubmit it. Version 2. Oh la la. But didn't happen. Small box didn't sell that much. Still went down in price. I sat here and said I'd offer between 80 cents to $1.20. As I look over to here, looks like the boulders basically end at just over $1. So $1.10? Yeah. Alright then, so yeah, that's basically matched up to expectations again. Will you go below $1? Looking at all the support I see here, I doubt it. But will you ever recover and go all the way back up to your Rust 12 price? Need to see a collection continuation. As of now, we're not seeing it, so oh dear. And then we have Flame Anarchy Pump Shotgun. As I said, pump shotguns. We've had quite a decent amount somewhat recently, but they didn't all work out perfectly. So we've also had like some very interesting designs for DLC, Twitch drops, ooh. But yeah, these more recent ones didn't really work out very well compared to the previous year's one from there. So didn't have the strongest of faith. It went all the way down to less than $1. So I think we're on the money there. I think we got that just about perfect. I even used my Hell Power account for this one, just out of like curiosity. I did some super level barders and all that. I think I'll be buying a few of these. In fact, I already have. So I'm pretty sure my stronger price buy order, basically what I did was I noticed I bought a decent amount of them already. I was like, yeah, maybe I should just remove that buy order. So yeah, that happened. Okay, so yep, that kind of went down in price. Let's see if it goes like back up again at some point. Should point out there was a collection continuation that was made. So let's just quickly go ahead and show you over to here. Yep. So we've had the SAR, MP5, L96. No success so far. And it looks like they've moved on to different things now. So, okay, understood. Oasis collection. Not exactly the most in demand. I looked at that locker. I remembered all the previous year's lockers. I remember most of these being in the red. Questioned it. Thought about it. I decided to go against it. I decided to only offer between $1 to $1.50. Well, I'm sure you've noticed it's now sitting here at just under $1.50. So, where are you then, Hedge? Picked up a few of them, removed the barter. So now I'm just kind of sitting here with a $1 barter. Will you go all the way down to that point? I mean, it's possible. Ooh. Let's see what happens next. As I should point out, we did see some more lockers being accepted. So, Space Tour locker, Lunar Horse Shrine locker. Very nice look at the designs right here. This still went down in price though. This is down by 41%. So, yeah, that didn't work out very well, did it? No. But I foresaw potential problems. I avoided them. And then we have the Temple Bed. Well then, only 5,400 subscribers. It would have been quite a bit less if we saw the Ruster rotate at a normal time, more normal time. Anyway, it's still down in price. So Temple Collection's always been a bit funny. We saw Tier 2. Hoodie and pants being submitted. That's what people want most. Nope, have a bed. What? Ah. We do have quite a lot of deplorables already. So we've got like the garage door, sheet metal door. I mean, again, we should show that right here, right now. When it appeared, these two didn't really budge that much. They're already kind of rising up in price a fair bit, considering it was post-Christmas. But yeah, sold next to nothing. I guess people just got tired of bed skins being accepted. You should also consider we have seen Twitch drops and kick drops from them already, so... Followed the dot perfectly fine, looked nice, interesting looking collection continuation. Didn't really get anywhere. But in regards to the price suggestion, well, I said $1 to $1.50. Give it some time. Maybe I'll pick up a decent amount of them, maybe. We'll see. It's just, yeah, hasn't happened yet. Got to get through March and April. So, honestly, I've been pretty alright with all the skins over to here, with the price suggestions, the, what to buy order at. But these 4 right here, well, I've probably got to wait a little bit longer, or just accept that they've instantly ended up being successful, and I might not ever pick them up. At least I bought these 3 here. Still interested to see what happens as we go through March and April for this one. But again, don't forget, feel free to comment below, what did you actually buy straight from the Rust store, and what if you actually picked up with a barter? So let's go ahead and get a nice little preview for next week. So, yeah. No Mercy tactical gloves actually appeared. And then another garage door. And then another sheet metal double door. And, a jackhammer. And then another armoured door. And, another Thunder Gold. Gold chains AK-47. More combat knives. Oh dear. So, okay. Dragonhorn. It waited 5 years to be accepted. Okay, that's cool. Black diamond, black gold backpack. That's an in-demand collection. So, okay. We got some pretty interesting looking skins. And, of course, another Hellcore. Lovely. So, alright. I see some very interesting things that I probably would want to buy from the Rust store. Not a bad few weeks. Not a bad first few Rust stores for 2026. So, okay, cool. So, yeah, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best luck to each and every single one of you. And is hoping everything works out perfectly as we go through the rest of this March time and as we enter April time.